Kia ora koutou and welcome to Frogs on Friday. And today we have a very special theme as we celebrate International Women's Day this week. And as usual, we'll go through mahi media, run through some of the hot jobs here in Aotearoa, Australia and the UK, and finish off with the polls. So let's go straight into mahi media. Okay, so with International Women's Day this week, we asked Kiwis when they thought of a CEO, if they pictured a male or a female. And the results were that only 35% pictured a female. Now, that's quite a depressing result. But I guess if you look at it, it is actually better than the reality that only 14% of New Zealand listed companies have female CEOs. So it's clear that there is still mahi to do in eliminating gender bias, but there have been some big improvements and strong voices of all genders challenging stereotypes and calling out discrimination. So kia kaha in embracing equity. Now, speaking of diversity, equity and inclusion, I'm very excited to be hosting a number of events this month in Auckland and Wellington. Okay, so now on to some of our hot jobs for the week. So first up, we have a risk debt recovery specialist. That's a bit of a mouthful for a Friday. This one's based in Mount Wellington in Auckland and looking around decent rate, around $31 to $36 per hour, obviously a temporary role, and looking for someone who has that experience in a credit collection or similar type of position. If you're interested in this role, get in touch with Manish in our team in the Auckland branch. Okay, and next up over to Wellington. So this is a permanent position looking for a practice administrator based in Wellington. This is working for a law firm and a range of responsibilities, including preparing and distributing legal documents and general support to the practice manager. Again, we're looking for someone preferably with experience in a legal firm, but not necessarily. So if you've got a strong admin background, feel free to put your hand up for this role. This one is being run by our legal specialist, Kaylee, in our Auckland branch. So give Kaylee a call and she'll be able to tell you more about the opportunity. All right, so I promised that we'd showcase, as always, some roles across the ditch and further afield. So if you are looking for a change in 2023, again, as always, we'd love to keep you in New Zealand. But if you do have to go further ashore, we can still help you secure work right after your arrival for your working holiday. So aside from these exciting job offers in New Zealand, Frog Recruitment is part of the People to People group, and as such, we've got opportunities across Australia and the UK. So let's have a look at some of those jobs. All right. Now, one of the positions based in London in the southeast is a sales manager. So, looking around 33 to 35 thousand pounds. Always got to get the currency right there. Don't want to get that one wrong. This one's actually working with an interior design, textile furnishings, and is a showroom-based role. So, looking for that, I guess that unique background to be able to bring those skills along with your strong sales, business development, and team management skills as well. For this one, get in touch with Hannah in our UK team. All right, so moving on. As I said, we have celebrated International Women's Day this week. And of course, we want to keep this going throughout the whole year. So, Frog Recruitment is an equal opportunities employer, and we're really proud to be able to support and celebrate all forms of diversity, and really proud to be able to say that the women within the group represent 80% of our teams and the senior leadership positions. So to celebrate this day, we recently spoke to some of the consultants across the P2P group to learn all about what makes International Women's Day special to them, and how People to People and Frog Recruitment embraces equity.
What does International Women's Day mean to you?
What does International Women's Day mean to you?
What does International Women's Day mean to you?
It means that women in their professional and in their personal life are recognised for the work that they do.
It serves as an opportunity to reflect on all the incredible women in my life, whether that be family, friends, colleagues, and just reflecting how they have, shaped me into the person that I am today.
I love celebrating women because People to People is, I think, 98% women-led within the executive and senior leadership teams. We have amazing women who look after us day in, day out, manage and mentor us, and it's definitely a great opportunity for us to celebrate their successes.
At such a good turning point where women in the workforce are being recognised more thoroughly.
I've been very, very blessed in my career to have worked with some very strong female influences in my life.
International Women's Day is a really important day to look back at where women have come from and look to the future in terms of where we can grow and what else we can do in businesses and in the environment as well.
I actually come from a sporting background, and I was very fortunate to have trained and been an athlete alongside some of the most empowering and strong women I've ever met. At the time, no one ever thought that women could rival men when it came to their abilities in my sport. However, in my career, one of my teammates actually was the first female in the world to perform a skill that was to the same degree as the men. And just knowing that it's possible and actually seeing it play out, that we actually can push the bar as far as we want. There's no ceiling. Though it's a sporting analogy, it is the same for the professional industry, for our careers, for whatever it is that you're up to in your life. Actually having that belief is really makes a difference.
Fantastic. So some really inspiring stories there, and much more positive and upbeat than the first stats that we started with for the show. All right, speaking of stats, let's go through to the polls. So let's have a look at how they came out last week. So we asked, over the last few years, has your employer introduced incentives to work more days in the office? So I guess that push to be able to bring people back in and away from the work from home. Overwhelmingly, 72% said No, actually, they haven't done anything in particular. So I guess you can take that in a couple of ways. Maybe it means that already there is that balance, or employers have worked out a way so that you can cater to individual needs. And if that means more working from home, then so be it, and they can make that work. All right, so let's see what we're asking this week. Now, continuing on with the theme there, we'd love to see, and again, hopefully it's a positive result, but have you seen improvements in your organisation towards gender equity in the last year? So again, fingers crossed, hopefully. I know there's been some huge improvements, and we're getting there step by step. So hopefully we'll see some positive results from this poll. Now, that is it for the show today. Thank you so much for joining us as usual. Feel free to put your comments into the chat, and we'll be sure to get back to you. Look forward to seeing you same time next week. See you then.